Hey YouTube, Dave here, and today I want to talk a little bit about the topic of enlightenment. So, what is enlightenment? My own definition of enlightenment may be a little bit different than everyone else's. To me, enlightenment is just a process by which you become aware of or have realization or experience of something that you were previously not, and that awareness or realization or experience has then, from the enlightened moment of enlightenment, the potential to uh, cause expansion and growth in your life in a positive manner. And so that's sort of a general version. I think most of what I see out there is enlightenment is kind of looked at as sort of a God realization thing, where you have an experience, where you become one with everything, or you experience the love and bliss that is the infinite source, and so that's fantastic, and that is definitely, I would say, a form of enlightenment, and it's definitely can be a positive thing for sure, but what I want to talk about is just the general process of enlightenment, because I think everybody has, there's different forms and different levels of enlightenment, and everybody does experience enlightenment in their way in some form or manner. And just to give an example, I guess, I mean, you could have some digestive issues, and then all of a sudden the light switches on, and then you realize that you're lactose intolerant. Well, there's a form of enlightenment. It's just a moment, but then what do you do, and how do you apply that enlightened moment and integrate it into your life and move forward, right? You might uh, come to the realization that all the beliefs that you've been imprinted upon by society and your family are no longer working for you, and you have to find yourself and go within to find your own true path and step away, well, from what everyone else tells you to do. Well, that is a form of enlightenment, and it's a valid form of enlightenment. And again, what do you do with that, and how do you take that on? So there are lots of forms and stages of enlightenment, and you'll have different forms and stages of enlightenment throughout your life. And it's, like I said at the beginning, this is a process, and it's a never-ending process, actually, because in reality, there's an infinite number of moments and an infinite amount of experiences that you can experience, and therefore there's an infinite amount of enlightenments that you can attain. And so when you have some type of awareness or realization or enlightenment in your life, or when you're looking for teachers, I guess, that are going to, or say that they're enlightened, or have these, God realizations or these pure love and bliss experiences, um, there's definitely a lot that you can learn from them and a lot that you can take. But just one thing to keep an eye on then is how have they integrated and applied their enlightened moments into their life. If you become one with everything and you experience the bliss that is infinite source, my interpretation of that is then you've now had a moment where you feel sort of elated in the love and the bliss of everything. And now you have to come back down to this reality. How do you take that, say, one of the considered ultimate forms of enlightenment, how do you take that and bring this into reality and go back to your day-to-day living? If you are one with everything and you have experienced yourself as more than just your body or more than just yourself, and you have experienced yourself as a greater being, then one would assume, now I have not had this experience myself personally, one would assume though that from that experience you would then have a frame of reference to be able to take that and bring that down into this reality and say, okay, well, this is the amount of love and bliss and positivity that I am capable of experiencing. So how can I take that and now bring it down into this reality? How can I take that experience and bring that love and that bliss to my relationships? How can I bring that love and that bliss to my career, or to my finances, or to my nutrition, or all these different other aspects of my life, or your life? And that's where the work begins, and that's where it becomes difficult, because applying and integrating the enlightenment that you receive is a process, and it does take time, and it does take a lot of time. And in integrating and applying that enlightenment, whenever you have something come to your awareness that you know you need to change in your life, when that happens, and you start trying to integrate it into your life, you're always going to come upon resistance, which is your own inner resistance, your own ego, your own fears, your own insecurities, your own doubts. And the enlightenment that you receive is the one that is specifically designed for you to be able to overcome these different sort of dark spots within you, and these fears and insecurities, that will help you integrate that enlightenment into your life and become whole and greater person. So enlightenment, yeah, that's my take on enlightenment. Don't look at any other form of enlightenment as better than your own. Everyone is where they are at their own path and their own stage of development, and they require different forms and different types of enlightenment required to their own specific development and their own path as a person, as a soul, as an individual, relative to their own life and relative to the collective as well. So, don't look at realizations or enlightenments that other people are receiving and say, oh my God, I'm only here on my path, that's not good enough. Or, it's good to look at those and maybe get excited about them and use them as motivation to spur you on in your life, in your development. But look at the enlightenments that you need to have and the awareness that you need to have in your life right now, and where are the difficulties in your life right now, and the awareness and the enlightened moments that you have are good enough for you and are specific for you and will help you get to the next level or the next stage. But you've got to integrate and process and bring that to harmony and balance with the rest of your life. So that's my take on enlightenment. There you go, and hope you enjoyed the video, and take care.